Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we will complete the chapter we had begun in our previous class. That is Deep Water written by William O. Douglas. बच्चों आपको याद है पिछले क्लास में हम लोगों ने फ्लैमिंगो बुक की जो तीसरी कहानी है डीप वाटर वो बिगिन की थी, उसी को आज हम पूरा भी करेंगे एज वेल क्वेश्चंस भी डिस्कस करेंगे. So just for recap, I am reminding you of the incidents that occurred in the previous part we had read up to now. William Douglas was afraid of water and just to overcome it, he had joined YMCA pool. There occurred a misadventure. From that day onwards, he left the training and felt a handicap was always there with him. So finally what he did, he decided in the month of October that no, this is not the way of life I want to lead. I want to be free from the fear of water. So finally he appointed a professional trainer in the month of October to train him how to swim in a very comfortable and fearless manner. The training begins and it was scheduled for 5 days a week and 1 hour every day. In the beginning, the trainer did it very cautiously and carefully so that Douglas could feel carefree and confident. He took help of a pulley, means actually he tied a rope around his waist and that rope was tied to a pulley. Pulley means that controlling unit, the machine, the elevator which could control up to what length Douglas could move into the pool. समझिए इसको ठीक से कि इंस्ट्रक्टर ने शुरू में बहुत ही ध्यान से काम को शुरू किया. वो उनको पानी में छोड़ा तो, लेकिन साथ ही उनके कमर से एक रस्सी को बांध दिया और जिसकी पूरी बागडोर किनारे पर लगे पुली से बंधी हुई थी कि वहीं से रस्सी को छोड़ना या खींचना. ठीक वैसे ही जैसे हम लोग काइट फ्लाइंग करते हैं तो आपके हाथ में उसकी पूरी बागडोर होती है कि आप उसको कितनी ढील देते हैं या छोड़ते हैं. Exactly in the same way, he began with tying a rope around his waist and then he did it every day continuously. Nothing else was taught. And this continued for long 3 months. After 3 months, when he felt confident enough to move there confidently and with courage, then he taught him how to exhale and inhale. How to exhale inside the water and inhale putting his nose out of the water. Means very gradual progress was shown. He was teaching, he was giving him lessons bit by bit, not in a hurry, because he wanted to become completely out of that fear. Even a slightest fear was not wanted in the mind of William Douglas. Then, after getting confident in going into the pool without any fear and learning how to exhale and inhale, second came how to use legs, means how to do paddling. He says there that in the beginning he felt paralyzed, that his legs and arms were not working. होता है जैसे कोई डांस टीचर जब आपको सिखाता है कि एक साथ हाथ और पैर दोनों के मूवमेंट और साथ साथ वेस्ट को भी घुमाइए, तो आप कोऑर्डिनेशन भूल जाते हैं कई बार. तो सेम जब इंस्ट्रक्टर उनको समझाए, नाउ यू हैव टू यूज योर लेग्स साइमल्टेनियसली व्हाइल यू आर यूजिंग this exhaling and inhaling process. In the beginning, initially he felt helpless, but gradually he learned it too. Thus, the trainer made Douglas a swimmer finally, bit by bit and piece by piece. You can say it laughingly that Douglas was an assembled piece of swimmer. कई अलग अलग टुकड़ों को जोड़कर हाथ को यूज करना सीख कर, पैर को यूज करना सीख कर, इनहेलिंग एक्सहेलिंग सीख के फाइनली द ट्रेनर वॉज कॉन्फिडेंट दैट he had learned how to swim confidently. So in the month of April, the trainer took a test and asked him to dive off and do the crawl stroke. And as demanded by the master, the student William Douglas did it very easily. So the instructor was finished from that day. Finished here is that he completed his duty, and so the training was complete from that day. But he himself adds there, no, although the instructor was done but I was not, he still had some fear in his mind. So he continued his training without the presence of the trainer till the month of July. कहते हैं इंस्ट्रक्टर तो चला गया था, लेकिन अभी भी मेरे मन में वो छिपी हुई एक भावना थी कि शायद मैं फिर से ना डर जाऊं. So even after the trainer was finished, writer says that he was not finished. He was still afraid that perhaps that fear might return back. So he doesn't want to leave any attempt unattempted, and so he began his training continuously without the trainer. He continued it till July. Do you remember? He had begun with the trainer in the month of October. The trainer finished his work in the month of April, and still he is continuing to check himself. He visited several places to give himself a try, to give himself a test whether he has become confident or not. And the first place he visited to check himself was Lake Wentworth in New Hampshire. There he dived off from a dock and covered 2 miles from one island to other, from Triggs Island to Stump Act Island. And you will find it very funny. Once that old fear came back to him, but he himself talked to him and laughed at him, asking, "Hey, are you there to make me afraid again? What do you think? Can you make me frightened? No, I am not afraid of you." यानी यहाँ पर वो उसको डर को, एक बार जब बीच पूल में वो थे तो उनको डर आया, वही पुराना डर. तो अपने आप से वो बातें करते हैं, अपने डर से कहते हैं, तुम क्या सोचते हो, तुम मुझे डरा सकते हो? नहीं. और ऐसा कह के वो दुगुने उत्साह के साथ पूरे जोश में उस पूरे 2 माइल्स को कंप्लीट किए, ट्रिक्स आइलैंड से स्टंप एक्ट आइलैंड तक. Although he had crossed a milestone in the field of swimming, still he had residual doubts. अभी भी छोटे मोटे डाउट्स उसको थे कि कहीं फिर से वो डर आ गया तो. So he never stopped checking himself. Then he, getting the first opportunity, moved towards west, and there at various so-called dangerous places, the places which are considered not safe for normal swimmers, he tested himself in different strokes. May it be crawl, may it be side, may it be back. So he did all types of strokes, whatever he had practiced throughout these months, and says finally at the end of the story that he was reminded of one statement of Mr. Roosevelt. All we fear is the fear itself. हमें अगर डरना है तो सिर्फ और सिर्फ उस डर से, because he had experienced both. Once while he was drowning in that pool at YMCA, he had seen the death just closer to him, almost dying. He was in a almost dying situation. But when he is out of that fear, is confident to swim anywhere in any of the deepest water, so he says that the greatest fear is the fear itself. Once you overcome it, nothing can make you afraid of anything. Here the story lasts, students. Let's discuss few important and relevant questions from the chapter. Question number 1 is, when did William Douglas decide to learn swimming? Why did he join YMCA pool? क्वेश्चन 1 हम ले रहे हैं कि आखिर कब डगलस ये निर्णय लेते हैं कि उनको स्विमिंग सीखना चाहिए और YMCA पूल ही क्यों? आप आंसर को वैसे लिख सकते हैं, when he realized that he had an aversion to water and feels somewhat terrified when he enters into it, he decided to learn swimming at the age of 10 or 11. He chose YMCA for the purpose because it was considered the safest. Because river Yakima was although treacherous, but this pool was designed very safely because its shallow part was just 3 feet and the deepest part was 9 feet. So it was considered safer, and even his mother suggested to join YMCA to learn swimming. The second question I have selected, students, is about narrate William Douglas's childhood experience at California Beach. The answer would be, when Douglas was about 3 or 4 years of age, he went to California Beach with his father. Everything was fine and was enjoying it a lot, but all of a sudden a strong wave swept over him and he felt breathless. The moment he felt breathless, there instilled a deep fear of water inside him, and it remained until he overcome it. Third and the most important question is, what is the misadventure Douglas speaks of? उनके साथ ये misadventure क्या हुआ था? The misadventure took place with him at YMCA pool, where he had started going to overcome his fear of water and to learn swimming. One day, while he was waiting for others to come, as he was not courageous enough to enter into the water all alone, a big boy came there and played a practical bad joke with him. He tossed him into the deeper end of the pool that was 9 feet deep. That day he was almost drowning and had a very narrow escape from death. This is the misadventure he speaks of here. Question number 4 is, why was William determined to overcome this fear? Answer ऐसे लिखिए, he considered his fear as a handicap. He was doing everything, but that fear remained always. So he was not enjoying any of his fishing trips, canoeing, boating, although he was doing everything but was half-hearted in approach. So finally he decided to overcome it and get over his fear. Question 5 is, how did Douglas make sure that he had conquered his old fear? The answer is, for making sure that he had conquered his old fear, he did several things, and the very first of them was to continue his practice even after the trainer was finished. Second, he went to Lake Wentworth and crossed 2 miles from one island to the other and used different strokes. Once that old memory, that terrorizing memory came into his mind, but he laughed at him and said himself, "Mr. Fear, you can't make me afraid." And finally he became completely confident when he went to Conrad Meadows and practiced there and completed his swimming there without any fear, even a residual one. Thanks for watching and listening me. Meeting you in the next video with a new chapter. Bye.